The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
Players Lounge, let's ride. Getting ready to roll into a Thursday matchup at AT&T Stadium with the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. Two teams with winning records.
No, tell me you didn't do that. Pat Mahomes out there.
Every time. I got to know the story of that one. Because
it's a story.
It's a story, man.
You know the crew, Danny McCray. Good to see you. Good to see you. Heckma Harrison. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, Church. Glad you made it. Man? Glad you made it.
A lot of traffic out there.
Y'all like a surprise or something. Like, this don't happen. Like,
you got mentioned on the last show. Because at about 45, I like to go by, walk by, because Jesse's usually in one of his Jesse type things.
His Jesse-isms.
And I was like, wrap up the show. Wrap up this. He's like, no, you always come by here. And then Shannon's like, we're the most on time show here. And then they, went back there to get clarification for Chris Bean. But it's just, I just like giving a little.
So they are the most on time show.
I think Chris said that to make him feel good.
Okay.
Because they were already overtime.
Oh, okay.
They were already overtime.
Oh, you mean on time like that? I thought you meant on time getting here.
No. Getting out. I don't know about their time. But anyway, Church, I'm glad you made it, man. Glad you made it.
Man, I'm here.
I'm here, Newy Scruggs. Show brought to you by Tostitos. Dak Prescott getting praise from Aaron Rodgers on who did his Pat McAfee hit. He said Dak's playing the position good, says he takes a lot of because he's a Dallas Cowboys quarterback, but he says he's really impressive, likes the way he's using the cadence with the here we go, and he says he's playing really good football. And I thought that was, on ESPN, I mean, how rare is that to hear somebody get up there and actually have good things to say about Dak Prescott? And, of course, it didn't come from anybody who works for the company. It comes from somebody who's an employee of the National Football League, courtesy of the New York Jets. Thoughts on that?
I don't know. Listen, shout out to Aaron Rodgers for realizing that Mike McCarthy has put his fingerprints all over this Dallas Cowboys offense, and it's starting to look the way that it did in Green Bay when I'm not gonna say the word, but CeeDee Lamb and the connection that they have is similar to what Aaron Rodgers has had with his receivers when they've been in Green Bay, and Aaron Rodgers sees that. So shout out to him, give him some credit. I also want to give some shout out to Ryan Clark because he give Dak Prescott some praise too. He's an LSU guy. You know what I'm saying? He know how to do it when he gets on.
I like Mr. Clark.
Yeah.
Despite that club he in, he all right.
Yeah.
Not the club.
What club?
Yeah. What club is that?
I don't know that club.
He in the little club.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
they don't have the same Founders Day.
Okay, is that what it is? We got some. Okay, look, man.
I don't know when theirs is.
The compliments and the hate, few and far for Dak, and it's about time that he got some compliments from his peers based off of the kind of season that he's having. I think one, it was the turnovers. People always know that Dak can throw the ball. The yards are going to be there, but once he started to turn the ball over, that was his stick. That was who he was. He had a turnover machine. They didn't even go back to even thinking about what he did previous in his career. But coming from a guy like Aaron, I think that's high praise. And I think even taking it a step further was talking about the here we go and how unique that is in the league, how they've been working on that and the cadence and just – you guys know, just the nuances of the game, just playing the game, and Dak is playing it at a high level. He talked about more than just that, bringing the tight end back in on zero coverage, things like that, and just understanding and being just a student of the game the way that he is. Everybody that does that, they know that Dak is playing at a high level.
Nah, I'm with all y'all on this one, and I got to go with you on this, Danny, when you talk about, McCarthy's fingerprints on what Dak has been able to do this year. I mean, if you look at it, the turnovers are way down. These past 4 or 5 games, he's thrown, 20 touchdowns, only maybe 3 or 4 interceptions, 23 touchdowns or 4 or 3 interceptions out there. So he's taking care of the football. You don't see him compounding issues like we did last year, like trying to force things in there to double and triple coverage. If it's not open down there, he's chucking the ball down to Tony Pollard or one of these tight ends out there, and they're able to get it going that way. You see him using his legs a lot more often with this offense. So look, they're offensively right now they're hitting on all cylinders, but man, you got to be careful about this praise, man, because they will build you up just to tear you down. So if I'm Dak, I'm not trying to hear any of that noise about, oh, he's having a hell of a year. He's going to lead this team to this, that, and the third. Just keep doing what you've been doing. Keep that circle tight with McCarthy and his teammates, and let the play speak for itself, because they will build you up quick. And then as soon as something bad happens, like let's just go out there in Philadelphia. Let's say he doesn't have a great game, man. They will chop you down like a tree quickness man.
I got two things. Okay, first thing is I think Dak not feeling comfortable using his legs over the last couple of years played a huge part into why he was throwing some turnovers, not being able to extend plays like he used to, having to make different reads without being able to extend those plays. I think that's been a big thing. And I think that, yes, Dak does get a lot of hate. He get a lot of hate. Mm-hmm. But Dak got a lot of hate when he threw all those interceptions, because that is something that you don't usually see from a guy like Dak, and then it starts to make you wonder, like, what is going on? Because that is something that you don't see. Dak has been a guy who takes care of the football, right? Then they talk about Josh. Josh Allen is a guy who always turns the ball over. So it is not surprising. There's no shock and awe when Josh Allen goes out there and has 2 interceptions in the game, because everybody's like, we knew he was going to give it to us. Yeah. All right? When it's Dak Prescott, right? When it's Dak Prescott going out there and you like, wait, well, something's off. He's not having a good day, because we know this is not what we usually expect from Dak Prescott. So it's more of a shock of like, man, it must be something going on over there, because this ain't what we usually see from Dak Prescott.
You're being very fair about that. You're being very fair about that assessment between, and I think people want to call the Josh Allen out on his interceptions, the way he played versus the way that the media criticizes Dak. I think on the other side for Josh Allen, it's just that he meets all the schematics on what you think a quarterback is. Big, strong arm, and he's mobile too. Mm-hmm. He could do it all. But then I think those tendencies late in games, call it a brain fart, whatever it is, he's going to give the ball up. But he doesn't get raked over the coals the same way that Dak does. And you just made the point about him early in his career taking care of the ball, and Josh ain't never done that. And he doesn't face the same criticism. And people don't talk about him in the same breath, even as some of these other quote-unquote elite quarterbacks. So, look, it's going to be interesting coming down to the end of this season how he compares to those guys. Because right now, he's playing the best football I've seen him play in a while.
But in your opinion, does he need to do it against a better competition?
Yes.
Like, I mean, just throwing that out there.
Absolutely.
This is what Dak said yesterday. Quote, "What I say to myself is, as I haven't done you know what I mean? It's regular season numbers that are great. We're getting wins. That's what's most important. But at the end of the day, we're trying to stack and keep growing this team." So he's not, what you talked about there, he said yesterday. He's not buying into what's being said. He knows what the mission is, and Clarence Hill said it on the media match several times. We know these guys are going to get judged playoff time.
Where else should you be judged at?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, because we've seen Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys here stack up big-time regular seasons, 12 wins here, 12 wins there. We've seen it happen. And we know that the mission here and the goal is to get to NFC Championship, possibly Super Bowl, right? So if you don't, and you're looking at that as a player, you're saying, okay, our season we had some success, but it's not where we want to be.
But I do think you get judged in both places. I mean, first off, if you don't have a good regular season,
you don't get there.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. So I do think that's a fair judgment to look at what you're doing in the regular season and make sure you put your team in that position. For years, that was, people act like we forgot the first 7 years of Peyton Manning. Dude was on the struggle bus in the playoffs, but rolling out these 13-3 seasons, going to first round, getting bounced on the reg. So, and you look at Peyton's overall playoff record, ain't good. You think about Peyton's last football game, Super Bowl 50. The defense won that game.
Yeah, he was.
Now, Dewey, don't make me go get old footage every time that we lose in the playoffs. Your conversations that you be having. Now he over here talking about. The regular season, he's like, what are we gonna do? We know they're gonna win 12 games. We know they're gonna make the playoffs. That is a thing that is being that's consistent. Okay, that's consistent. They be talking about firing guys who make the playoffs. We had all these conversations over the last couple of years. Now Dewey would talk about it is what it is. Man, come on, man. No, you ain't. I'm not letting you have that because we was all on this show together. No,
I'm just saying it mattered. You discounted it. What Heckman and I are saying is
he discounted it. He said it's regular season. You read it. He said regular season.
But I'm also saying that the regular season does have some merit and matter. Now we know the Cowboys, the win in the playoffs. But you have to play well in the regular season to get yourself there. And then you look at last year's regular season where he threw all those interceptions. Okay, so he's improved this year. He's done his part. It's a totality. Maybe that's why I'm not saying proper. It's a whole. I look at the whole totality. But I know where the ultimate. It's like in the NBA playoffs. And for years, LeBron, you can't win it. That's what they looked at. For Michael Jordan, it was like, what I mean, doing all this scoring, you can't win. So I get that part of it. But what he's done, we asked him, all of us, hey, you got to cut down on the picks. Mm-hmm. And right now he's with 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Then I look at Josh Allen, who is leading the league in terms of touchdown pass. He's got 24 touchdowns. He got
12, 13.
13 picks.
Yeah.
And when
That's not even including fumbles.
I mean, he 2 years in a row though. Like he's right behind Dak last year, maybe tied. I'm like, that's who he is though. So like I don't just rake him over the coals every week. Every time you see him throw two. And I'm tired of talking about Josh Allen throwing interceptions. As a defensive player, when you go out there and you play the Buffalo Bills, that it's time to eat, right? I'm going to try to pass. As good as he is, you know that there's going to be an opportunity for you to go out there and get a turnover off of him. That is not the case with Dak Prescott usually. Last year was the case.
If you're Deron Bland, what you thinking about that game?
Hey, there's a lot of guys over there like, hey, put me on whoever he throwing the ball to.
I ain't going to hold y'all, though. Man, would you rather go against, if you're a defender, you're a defense, would you rather try to defend Dak or Josh Allen?
Dak.
You rather try to defend Dak? Yeah. Dak or Josh Allen?
As
a defender, like who would you rather go out there?
As a defender, as a defensive coordinator, I'd rather Josh Allen. As a defender, if I'm a guy out there on the field, Josh Allen is a dude where I'm like, man,
you looking at it like, man, hold up.
I got run. I got to bring my shoulder pads with me.
That's all I'm saying.
That's it. Like,
he brings a whole nother dimension. And look, I'm not into this bashing of Josh Allen. I know what kind of arm talent that he has. It's the fact that he's what you say, he's a turnover machine. That's the thing. That's the gift and the curse with him. But come on, let's be real about this, man. When we talk about the Dallas Cowboys, right now we're not even getting credit for being 8-3 because of the teams that we beat. We're beating nobodies, so allegedly. And so until we go against those teams with winning records, and is Seattle one of those teams?
That's one of them teams.
Okay, Seattle's one of those teams. So if you pull out a victory versus Seattle, that's one for you. For your belt, you can notch that up. And then we know coming after that, that's the big showdown that everybody's looking for. So I think Dak just already knows that. He knows what you guys have already talked about. You wear the star, you're not going to get any credit, and you're going to get all the blame. So for him, and even this MVP talk, man, put that to bed. Win MVP of the Super Bowl, Dak. Then look at you. Let's do that.
You know what that sounds like?
Let's do that.
It sounds like he ain't forgot about the San Francisco game, which he should not. All right, you have motivation to continue to get better because you have not arrived yet. And Dak Prescott has always been a leader like that. I'm like, hey man, I know we ain't did issues. Okay, we know when it comes time, like the game that really matters, that's what we have to show up at. We've been showing up against these teams and doing exactly what we're supposed to do. But when we get in that competition with the Eagles, the 49ers, the Lions later in the season, Seattle, Miami. Those are the opportunities when you go into that game and you come out with those type of stats. That's when everybody's sitting there saying, you know what? Yeah.
Because you might not play with a lead. Like in those games, you might not. And then with Miami, it might be a shootout. Like, you look, that's a lot of speed on that side when you talk about Miami. And then even in this game, this to me is going to be the best defense they've played all year except for San Francisco. When you look at Seattle, on all three levels. You're talking about the D-line, Leonard Williams coming in there from the Giants, helps that interior. To second level, got a Hall of Famer in Wagner. Brooks is a beast. And in the secondary, which I think is a strength, you got Tariq Woolen. You got all these. This is going to be a heck of a challenge for Dallas Cowboys, offensively, because I feel like Tariq Woolen matches up with CeeDee Lamb like this. I mean, he's long, he can run. This is going to be a tough matchup, and I think it's the second best they've played since San Francisco.
And the thing that scares me really about Seattle is they are a team that mimics their head coach. I mean, old school guy. They got an old school flair about them. They play tough. Yep. You know what they're going to bring, and they're not ever completely out of a game. They're just going to continue to battle. But man, this is a good test. This is a good test, and I think that's why Philadelphia is so intriguing, because the last 4 weeks they've been playing halftime. They've been behind. And they've had to pull out victories. And that's what you want to see from the Cowboys. That's what you want to see from Dak. Can he lead them from behind to get the win?
Seattle's got 3 good receivers, too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They loaded.
Yeah, it's good. Hey, look, it's not easy. I'll say it again, second week in a row. While I didn't think Washington would be easy, it was easy. But Seattle here comes a 6-5 team. Here comes a team winning record. So let's see what the Cowboys do at home. They're very good at home. Boy, they're very
Was it 12 straight, 13 straight?
13.
Very good at AT&T Stadium. And Mike McCarthy went out of his way after the Thanksgiving Day game to praise the fans and the energy they brought here. So this is going to be different because, it's not a holiday. It's Thursday. Folks going to have to get off work and get on down there and fill up the stadium. So I don't know if it'll be an LA-type crowd where people coming in a little late, but
they're taking off Friday.
Real
If
quick.
you go to the game Thursday, you taking off Friday.
Taking off
Have you
Friday.
ever heard it like this? Like you've been to a game this year?
I have not.
Well, I've been to. It's never been as loud as it's been this year in that stadium, and we played here for years. And every time we came in here, it was kind, it was cool, but it wasn't like people was walking around in stilettos and like it was the club, and everybody was.
Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, it was. That's how it was. I'm being honest with you. That's how it was. Now you got fans waving out white flag. I mean, it's a loud stadium now compared to what it was when I was playing.
It was a place to be seen. So when the American Airlines Center first came out, that was a place to be seen. That was it. Like you want to be seen there.
You're doing Sunday. Yeah.
So that playoff year wasn't loud like that?
Nah, not like it is
two
now.
playoff years when you was here, huh?
Yeah,
it wasn't
even in
one?
the home game for the playoffs in 14, we played Detroit. It was nowhere near as loud as it is now.
Wait a minute now. 2016, when y'all came back, man, I hadn't heard AT&T Stadium that loud. When that first half, y'all didn't give us no reason to scream.
That's true.
Okay.
Bad coaching.
That's true. That's true. But that second half, once it got tied up, dog, I mean, everybody woke up. But you're right, man. They're getting a home field advantage, and I think just the Dallas Cowboys fans know that we need a home field advantage. For so long, man, AT&T is like a tourist spot. If it's somebody we're not even interested in seeing, other teams get the tickets, and you show up, and it's like, damn, it's more of them here than it is us. Now we're starting to understand, look, we have to give our team that home field advantage, and it would be horrible if we didn't get a home game.
Think about the playoff game versus the Niners 2 years ago here. I mean, that was a sea of red. And then when Pittsburgh came to town, you seen terrible towels all over the place. Man, it's different now.
It's no longer the tourist spot.
There you go.
Because it's changed. The tourist spot's changed. Mm-hmm. It's Vegas. That's the tourist spot. That's the tourist spot now where you look on the schedule, hey, let's go get that game. Because I remember when AT&T when it was Cowboys Stadium first came out, I had friends like, hey, we coming. And that was when is our team going to play there? And, it took a while for certain teams to come through, cycle through. But, yeah, that was the thing. I got to go see the stadium. So people have seen the stadium. But, hey, it's cool. Yeah. Let's take our first break. Shaq Leonard was in the building. Let's get our thoughts about the free agent linebacker who had lunch with a very, very influential person. Let's chat about that next. With Barry Church, Heckman Harrison, Danny McCrabb, Newey Scruggs, Assistant Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Ain't invite me, but
it's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of us magically transforming our smoothie bowls into 2 new decadent flavors. Dig into a cool acai or pitaya bowl, handcrafted with crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, fresh strawberries, and finished with a velvety chocolate hazelnut drizzle. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or anytime you want to munch. And that's the sound of you making them disappear. Smoothie bowls, now in 2 new decadent flavors. Only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
There is no I in Dallas. There is no I in Hart either. No I in Blue Star or in Lone Star for that matter. And there's no I in how about them Cowboys? Smirnoff knows there's no I in football. Football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks, home or away, we rally together, we cry together, and we always rally cry together because there's definitely no I in Cowboys fans. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Tis the season for youth football at dance camps presented by Invisalign. Don't miss your chance to learn from the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and former NFL players at AT&T Stadium on December 22nd and 23rd. Celebrate the holidays with the Cowboys. Register today at dallascowboys.com/camps.
Come on out, man. Y'all, I got nothing to say after that energy, bro. That type of energy will be at the camp.
I'm trying to remind you about the 22nd.
That's all right. We already got an agreement on that.
You get on that.
I got to work on Saturday, okay? I got to work on Saturday. So I'm going to do my camp. I'm going to go ahead and, hey, don't you start. Don't you start.
Go.
Hate to see it.
Tough.
Former Dallas Cowboy Danny McCray help host some camps here. So
be
make
there,
sure
man.
you get the kids signed up.
He's booked.
Filling up fast. 2-3 spots left. How many spots left?
Probably about 10.
Okay,
10 about 10.
Get in there quick.
You got a little church going?
Nah, I'll be gone that whole week. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
He got
Got
vacation.
your passport
I'll
ready?
be out of there that whole week.
He's trying to,
Christmas in Rome.
I'll be out of there.
Okay, all right. I won't.
Me neither.
they got a game, don't they?
Yeah.
I'll be back Sunday. I'll be back Sunday.
Christmas Eve.
Monday through Friday. Though,
Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos, Danny McCray, Hackma Harrison, Barry Church. I am merely Newey Scruggs. So Shaq Leonard was in the building today. The former Indianapolis Colt, now a free agent, is meeting with the Cowboys. Has a meeting scheduled with Philadelphia. Mike McCarthy, when asked during the noon hour of his press conference, said there was nothing to report. Jerry Jones said he was going to have lunch with Leonard today, and that's always a good sign when Jerry sits down and chats with you. So you got that going on there, but he's come, he's gone. Dan Quinn apparently wants to have him on the defense, and if you're Shaq Leonard, you look at the Cowboys linebacker spot, you can see yourself
100%.
getting some playing time.
100%.
A lot of playing time.
And it ain't like he's gonna have to be, in my opinion at least, he ain't gonna have to be a 3-down linebacker. Like he can be that, but I don't think he has to be. Especially with the play of Marquise Bell, you throw him in there on third downs, passing situations. He can guard those tight ends, running back. So I think you're saving his body as far as Marquise Bell in the box. But then you got a guy like Shaq Leonard that can come in there. And he can play the run. He's all pro for a reason. He can play the run. He can play all that good stuff. So to me, I don't see why not. If he's healthy and everything's, I don't know. Is he has a contract with him? Or once you clear waivers, you good on the contract?
He's clear.
Oh, man, why not? Bring him on in.
Yeah.
Seal the deal, Jab.
Yeah, I feel the same. I think when we were talking about the trade deadline, I was talking about defensive linemen. Church mentioned linebackers, and you didn't have an opportunity to go get one. You got an opportunity right now to get a guy. Seems like pretty cheap.
Yeah.
And then he will also have the opportunity to step in because LVE is not coming back. Marquise Bell is playing well, but you still know that when you get into these games with these physical teams, they are going to try to run the ball on you. And it would not hurt you to have a guy who is a proven player, run stopper, to be in there on your defense. And if Dan Quinn is vouching for him and says he wants him, then I'm all in on him.
It is.
My only take on this, and you guys talked about his physical abilities and what he's done. He's 28 years old. He's a guy that's known to stop the run. But I'm going to say this, guys. I don't want him to use us as a bargaining chip on down the road. If you came here, you visit, stay. You know where you want to go, and it's a business. It's a business, and I respect the business aspect of it. But on the flip side, I know that he's going to bargain. He's going to
highest bidder.
Yeah. And don't use us against somebody else. Like, look, man, you want to be here. Come on. Because you're going to Philly.
It's a business, but forget the business.
Don't do us like that.
Is that what I said?
Jerry took me to lunch, right? What you gonna do?
Is that what it sounds like? I'm sorry.
It's a business. Hey, Shaq, forget the business.
Forget the business. Man, take that man upstairs to the Cowboy Club.
Get him right.
Get him right,
man. Don't do this like Odell.
The helicopter ain't even out here, so don't even worry. That didn't happen. Mike, is he going to a Mavericks game tonight? Are they even here? I don't even know.
They gonna be out
Too
there.
much.
I remember he did that mess, man. He had a whole bunch of me following. Like I didn't go. I ain't going.
The Odell situation.
Yeah,
They go out there.
I saw like Calvin Watkins, and Clarence, and the old dude running around there with the video. What do you think? How is it? And your boy was drinking it all up. Like you don't want this. You don't want this, Jerry.
Oh, he sounded upset. The man's a celebrity. What you want to do?
Man's a celebrity.
Gave my boy Noah Brown ticket up.
You've been covering the Cowboys for how long? Talking about the
He
circus?
wasn't worth the circus, okay? He wasn't worth it.
No,
I've been through it with the player, okay? And he wasn't even the player. The player actually produced.
The guy.
This guy.
You know the guy. All I know, Odell, he ain't worth $18 million right now, but the boy look good. He look like he's on his way back. So
Jason Garrett, Jason Garrett, he's second best slant runner in NFL history.
Mr. Slant.
behind Jerry Rice.
He should know.
No, he was tripping on that. Garrett was tripping on that.
He should know.
Garrett was tripping on that.
If you read social media, Garrett tripped a lot.
Yeah, he was.
You read social media.
Hey, don't get him started, bro.
He already opened up the cookie box.
You got
Come on, Louis.
He getting agitated. He getting agitated.
He's triggered.
He mad they followed Odell around with Cameron. Bob.
You still all right, right?
No, I ain't blowing nothing up yet. So
No, but you know what?
gas you brothers up. Don't make me gas you up.
Don't do it. All right, so Shaq Leonard, man, it's just one of those. It's one of those guys that we talked about before the season. That was the question mark over the linebacking core. But I think Damone Clark and now with Rashaan Evans, you're seeing the linebacker group start to play so much better, and also with Marquise Bell. But y'all keep pointing it out. I mean, y'all keep recycling the same thing. Like, hey, yo, they picking on 14 because they finding them, and I think with that dimension of bringing in Leonard, he changes all of that because then that rotation includes a guy that can step up, especially versus the 49ers in the way that their run scheme was.
And that's who you would bring him in for.
Boom.
You got to.
Yeah, 12 and 21 personnel. So it's not like Marquise Bell is not going to go to the bench or anything like that. He's still going to get a lot of playing time. It's just there are certain instances in the game where you need some heavy hitters to come in there with a little weight on them because them offensive tackles, they seem to be getting off a little bit. So you need a guy who can get in there, shocking. What was
that? Shock and extend or whatever.
Yeah.
Get up out of there.
Don't peek. Shout out to Mr. Go 32. Hey, I know y'all see this dude on social media, the Mr. Go 30 dude who.
He funny as heck.
Did you repost the last one with
Yeah.
He not. He can't. Don't even. Go ahead.
I ain't even gonna ask.
Go ahead, dude. Go ahead. He's trying to focus.
Lock in, ain't he?
He's trying to focus. Go ahead, bro. I saw it on his face. I'm like, I ain't even gonna finish asking. Go ahead, man.
Y'all gotta stop making this man laugh, man.
Good, man. I'm good. Dog team, good. We're good.
Okay. Let's go then.
Dog team is good. I only got 15 minutes.
You need to take another break, bro.
Let's take a break here.
Yeah, let's take a break.
Take that break right here. Players Last brought to you by Tostitos on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Out of pocket.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of us magically transforming our smoothie bowls into 2 new decadent flavors. Dig into a cool acai or pitaya bowl, handcrafted with crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, fresh strawberries, and finished with a velvety chocolate hazelnut drizzle. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or anytime you want to munch. And that's the sound of you making them disappear. Smoothie bowls, now in 2 new decadent flavors. Only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Experience the most electrifying event of the holiday season, Cowboy Christmas Extravaganza, powered by Reliant, every Friday and Saturday night from November 17th through December 16th. Cowboy Christmas Extravaganza ignites the star in Frisco with an unforgettable holiday performance showcasing 65 performers, including the world-renowned Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, Santa Claus, and appearances from your favorite Dallas Cowboy heroes. Visit thestardistrict.com/ for more information.
All right, Heckma Harrison, appreciate you. All right, Players Lounge is what you're listening to, brought to you by Tostitos. Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, Barry Church, I'm Newey Scruggs. All right, Eagles face the Niners. Niners can do the Cowboys a favor by winning. Vegas has the 49ers as a 3-point favorite at the Link this week.
That's surprising. Usually the home team get the 3 points.
Right.
It's a 10-1 team. I mean, 49ers, they good. They real good, but
8-3.
Man.
They came back. They came back healthy. I think it's a little difficult just because how the Eagles have been playing in the first half. Well, eventually, they're going to get got. Yeah. So eventually, they're going to get got. But I think it's going to be a hell of a game. Yeah, I'm sure that was a hard one to pick.
Yeah. It probably was, man. And just having to study up on Seattle and watching them versus 49ers, it's the nightmare relive, bro. It's just reliving that trauma all over again, bro.
It's that run system, like
what are they
guards, doing? All this stuff,
what
man.
Are they doing?
It confuses cats in there, man.
Debo. Debo's back running, and then Ayuk, and then all of a sudden Brock Purdy can have a 4-touchdown game. Not like Sam Howell where it could just the bottom fall out, but all of a sudden Brock Purdy can get in there and look like a guy.
So how is he not an MVP conversation?
Because he had a couple weeks where you was like, he got found out throwing them dig routes.
He still can make a push for it, and I think it's not over with, and especially versus Philadelphia. That secondary is worn out, bro. I'm talking about it. Yeah, it's
get him.
Yeah,
you seen Dust out there.
He was handling. Yeah, he was standing on it, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of those. This is going to be one of those games, especially for like a guy like Debo. That's like kind of taking a step back because of the injuries and all. Like he's definitely wanting to be a big factor in this game. And so, I mean, and for both of these squads, I'm sure for Philadelphia, this is we're going to prove it that we'll do it to you again, even with your quarterback, because that was the main thing that the 49ers was throwing into it. Oh, our quarterback got hurt, so we couldn't do anything. So, here's the rematch, Craig. Let's go.
Purdy's he's got two games coming up down this stretch here where I think he can make this MVP push for himself. Obviously, you got the Eagles game coming up. And then after they face the Seahawks and Cardinals, they get the Ravens Christmas night national game on ABC Monday Night Football. So if you go up against these two teams who have good defenses and you're able to go out here and show out, I think that's going to be what you need. And I do believe playing these games on national TV help you out. And playing for the 49ers, you don't always get that. Mm-hmm. So he's about to be able to get himself put in the spotlight.
Scary thing about Philadelphia is, do we think we've seen them play their best football yet? Because I don't think we have.
I'm going to continue to say this. I think this is what they are.
And that was the next thing I said. But what if this is who they are? Maybe and we're thinking and judging them off last year's team, and they're not last year's team.
I mean, the only place that they're different is obviously they lost some running backs. Their offensive line is still in check. Not healthy, albeit, but I think they still represent the same components. To me, when I look at Jalen Hurts, he's just playing in a system that's tailor-made for him. That first half was abysmal. It looked like, man, he was a shell of himself, and then he comes out in the second half and he balls out because the offense gives him an opportunity to be a playmaker. And no matter how good San Francisco's defense is, once Philadelphia gets inside of the 40, it becomes a Jalen Hurts show because then you have so much else to worry about. You can spy him with Fred Warner all you want to, and he'll still figure out a way to beat Fred Warner to the edge. It's just one of those things that you see them playing. He's playing in a system that's tailor-made for him.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts doing his thing. I do worry
Don't
about
you lean over here at me. Don't do that.
What was that? Because he can't just give him a, you know what I'm saying?
I just did.
And then knocked him down a little bit. System tailor-made for him.
It's a system tailor-made for him.
Joe Montana played in the system that's tailor-made for him.
The guy's playing good football, throwing and running the ball. And even when he starts the game off as a shell of himself.
3 of 11 for 33 yards.
When it's time to turn, and how did he end that game?
A winner.
How many touchdowns?
Like 4.
So you tell me he did that?
Was it 5?
He did that in a half? Oh,
He did that
man.
in a half.
So, I mean,
in overtime.
I mean, goodness gracious. What are you talking about?
Hey, you funny, man. In overtime.
The worry I have for Shaq Leonard is if he gets up there to Philadelphia is that the conversation with Jalen Hurts and just his ability to recruit as well. So we got
and they did go to Super Bowl last year because you're looking for a contender, and right now you got 2 contenders that you're visiting. So yeah, I mean, I hope he comes over here, but we'll see.
Jalen Hurts and the Mega Man, Shaq Leonard Mega Man, had that kind of talk like that and could sway him.
That's how y'all do it, huh?
Could go that way. Let's Jerry right now, does his thing.
Well, you need to go have a conversation. You and Derek and. Who else?
We weren't invited to lunch. No,
was Brady James at lunch? All the Q. Y'all need a Q council.
Hopefully, he saw Harold Nash back there. Get the good brothers together. But no, Jerry. Jerry can close now. He know how to close, and so hopefully he does it. But I would highly, if you like him, I highly recommend you don't let him get on that plane. Go ahead.
No, don't let him leave. You can't go.
Don't let Jalen Hurts talk to him because it can be strong. The force is strong.
What'd he say? He never lost a player that he wanted or something. Jerry, he's like, I ain't never lost a player I wanted. So,
I mean, look, this. I would be tempted. What'd you say? I would be tempted to make that offer for him, especially knowing that LVE. You don't know what the future is with Leighton. You being able to get a guy like this, man, that would be pretty good.
It would.
He could compete with that state,
man. Just saying.
Y'all leave Randy alone.
He doing his thing in San Fran, man.
We will leave Randy alone.
He doing his thing in San Fran.
They leaving Randy alone.
Leave Randy alone.
Randy.
What was that,
he did
5 games in 2 years over there?
Yeah. And then they ship him up out of there and just go on a winning streak, huh? Russell Wilson them about to go to the playoff.
Is that amazing?
The laughing stocks of the first three games of the season. We sitting there like, man, Walmart made a mess. Made a mess
gave
out
him
there.
70 points, but no, man, look, Randy Gregory should.
But shouldn't the credit also be given to Sean Payton?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good coach.
Because we were talking about him, too. We were sitting over like, y'all thought Sean Payton was going to fix it.
He wanted to talk all that noise.
Can't fix Russ.
Talking about Hackett and all that. Now you open, man.
He's done a fantastic job of as Michael Lombardi talks about Apollo 13. I know you guys ain't watched the movie, but remember
I have no idea.
The spaceship movie?
Yeah.
I saw that.
You saw that?
Way back when, though.
Okay. Well, when they come in there and they drop the parts and they say, we got to take this and make it into this with this. And put all the parts up there, and they had to figure out how to get them back home. And that's what Sean Payton has done. He's like, okay, I got to take this, let's ride, and put it in with that. And so far, they've made it work. And that's what he's done as a coach. And that's what good coaches do. They figure out, okay, what are the strengths? Because Russ still has his issues. He's covered up the warts. That's what he's done a great job. He's covered up the warts in Denver, and they're playing good football right now. They unlike your boy Brandon Staley, they have actually found themselves competing in the AFC West.
Y'all ain't gonna give no credit to Russ.
I'm gonna give a lot of
turnaround.
No, Russ. I think Russ has been playing. He's been playing within. He's been playing within himself.
He ain't letting Russ beat him. He ain't letting Russ cook.
Hold on, they've gotten better over the last 2 weeks. Offensively.
Russ ain't cooking though.
Cortland Sutton.
Thank you. That's exactly the point that I was gonna make. I think Russ has kind of figured out, man, I got some weapons for real, and Cortland Sutton, and he's using them. I think, man, before it just looked like those first couple of games, Russ was just not. He was late with the ball, and now you see all of that changing. They're also getting their running game involved, which is a pivotal part of your passing game. So Look, Sean Payton, as much as we talked about him in the years past on Mike's neck, he is showing that he's that dude.
Take a guess how many passes Russ completed. How many? 13.
13. How many
13
yards?
of 22 for 134 yards.
Did they win?
He ain't letting him. I'm just saying, he ain't letting Russ cook. They ain't doing this because of Russ. He's limiting Russ, and he's like, "You're not gonna beat me, Russ. This ain't Drew Brees."
He said, "Are you not going to give him any credit?" Russ has made some big time plays and some big time moments.
Russ has played well, but I'm telling you, I just believe that Sean Payton is making him play within his system. That's what he's doing.
You don't like Russ?
Russ got 20 tubs. That's right.
You don't like Russ?
Act like
Russ no credit.
Act like Russ in there like Bobby Flay.
Who said that? He said you ain't gonna give no credit to Russ. Russ gets some credit. He gets some credit for me. I watch the Broncos games now. How about that?
Your quarterback takes. I don't know. I can't trust you on that, man.
Man, now we acting like Herbert's trash.
They go miss the playoffs. Everybody gonna get fired.
But he ain't trash. He on a priority list. He probably like 5th.
No, look, I'm just saying. Everybody get fired. Everybody get fired.
Oh yeah, they all
Everybody, he couldn't save.
Sorry,
so Kellen one and done. Boy wonder.
Yeah, it's looking like it. It's looking like it, man.
I mean, come on, you can't bring. Staley's now worse than Anthony Lynn. For all when they got rid of Anthony Lynn, you can't win close games. You charging up, and they're doing this. They worse.
I don't know how he's still there.
They're worse.
Like, how are you still there? All that talent. They got the highest defensive roster. Defense trash. You're supposed to be a defensive coach. Defense trash.
Good. He's not.
Man,
good. Everybody thought Kellen Moore was going to happen.
I was about to say because their defense played well last.
The last 2 games, they actually played all right.
They scored 3 points in the first. We sitting there watching the game like, where is the juice?
But then you look at the previous 11 games.
His guy?
Their defense was horrible.
It was terrible.
That's why I started Lamar. I said I wasn't starting them all season. They played the Chargers. I figured I was up. They got 3 points. I got 3. I still won that game though. In my other league.
Yeah, he just made. I know Mike McCarthy looked real good. Looked like Mike knew exactly what he was doing, man. Exactly what he's doing.
I compare that to how Russ and Denver and them looked at the beginning of the season to where Dak and McCarthy, and Dak said he had to figure out the offense. Now he feels comfortable in the offense. I think not as good as Dak has been playing, but I think you see that same thing happening with Denver. But I think the sky's the limit for us if we continue to get everybody involved. 2 Super Bowl winning head coaches know how to call plays. Yeah. What you talking about? Versus a guy who's your guy.
Y'all cool with the people that the Cowboys have played against is just like
No.
They click.
No. Because
I don't know, man. I'm just saying I want to see what happens these next 5 weeks.
But come on, Barry. There's certain aspects about it that it does boil down to execution, right? I mean, and you have seen them clean up a lot of those things that they were doing.
Yeah, they're not starting slow. The penalties aren't adding up against them. So that's kudos to the team and Mike McCarthy. But you still got to take a look at who they've played against.
Are they top 3?
Top 3 in what? Record-wise?
NFC teams.
Yes.
I don't know.
Who is it? Detroit?
They're like 3 or 4 with Detroit. 3 or 4. It's like
even after you.
Wow.
So you got Philly, San Fran.
Y'all just throwing Detroit out the gate?
You got Philly, San Fran.
Yeah, those are legit. Yes. They beat them. It's y'all just this is no question that they're better than Detroit.
I'm not.
What happened? Come on, y'all was hitting
No, I'm saying let me say it for the record. Hell yeah, we better than Detroit.
So you want a hell yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, he better than Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm on the Will C train.
It's like we'll see.
I'm on the Will C train.
Detroit has played some teams. They got blown out they got beaten by a good team.
They got drilled at home by Green Bay on Thanksgiving.
They lost by 7.
Yeah,
129-22.
They came out. It was looking like a Jason Garrett special.
He threw 3 picks.
All right, Green Bay came out there and went swack upside their head. They came back again, and then unlike the week before where they came and escaped, there wasn't no escape this time.
I blame that on the Jack Harlow performance. We can go on to the next.
They came back. It was 29-22.
Heads and tails above Detroit.
I just feel like it's a lot of pride talking machine.
We get to see.
It's real. Like we just going to throw into that.
I'm not going. I'm telling you, our defense has been better than Detroit's for years. I mean, they're just now getting that. So, I mean, we've been used to them sucking, and now that they look good, we just want to give it to them. No, bro. You see it.
And Heckman, you get the last word. We appreciate that. What a fun show it's been right here. Danny McCray, Heckman Harrison, Barry Church. I'm new.
He got to run.
Yes, he got to run. He got to run.
Literally.
You see me rolling. All right, Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos, DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?